Hello! I am so excited that you are taking part in the Destination Imagination Showcase. My name is Callie, and I am the Director of DI here in Huron. So how the evening will work is you will be judging 5 or 6 different teams, all within science, technology, and technology. So in the original email, you each were given the 3 challenge documents for those 3 kinds of challenges. That gives the parameters that the teams were given, gives an overview of overall what they were asked to accomplish. So they don't take hours to read, they probably take 20 minutes though. Read that document to have an idea of big picture what they're trying to solve. And then you will be judging a specific part within that challenge. So you will also be given that evening, this is a score sheet. This is how many points are possible, and then the number is next to your judge number 3. So you will be asked to give an actual score on this document you're going to write in, and that's going to be given to coaches and teammates. Now, we want you to use a range of scores. Let's say if the top score is 30 points, 30 points would only be given if there's sheer perfection. Nothing could be improved. It blew your mind. It was amazing. Nothing could be better. And then an average score out of 30, for example, would be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know, that very, very middle. And below that would be like, oh, I didn't quite get what you were trying to communicate. It was hard to follow along. They are not going to feel bad with the numbers. The numbers simply reflect where things need to be revitalized or restructured to make it make more sense before the regional competition. This is the only opportunity that they have to perform publicly for all the teams, and then to prepare for their competition in the middle of, in the middle of March. So, that being said, you will have this document. It will also be accompanied by, each team will provide documents like a 1-page that explains, for example, if you were judging the story, here's our general outline of the story, so you have an idea of what you're supposed to be watching before you have to score it. So that helps to follow along. You'll have some information there. And then finally, you'll each get a Post-it package. So this is meant to be where you put encouraging things for the team and coaches to share. So it could be based on something you judged. It could be something that you just noticed in the presentation that you thought was particularly memorable or creative or interesting. This teams really cherish because it feels like someone watched, they paid attention, and they showed, or you highlighted what you thought they did well. So these are very, very important as well. So as judge number 3 for the scientific challenge, we're asking you to judge the integration of research about the science behind one specific real phenomenon of the team-selected planet in a science demonstration. So integration and destination imagination means it is fully integral or essential for the storyline. So did they do a good job of making it just a seamless part of the story, or is it kind of clunky and there are 2 parallel things going on without really connecting? Integral and integration mean similar things. Main part of the storyline doesn't make sense without it. Similarly, you'll be asked to judge the theatrical effect of the scientific demonstration. Can the details about what that means or what teams were asked to do are in here? It's like a couple bullet points, but it will give you more details here in the challenge materials to have an idea of what you're looking for before you have to put a score to it. For our engineering team, we ask that you look at the risk-taking in the design and placement of the team transporter. Risk-taking is more effective when it's designed in an unusual way, or it extends beyond base requirements, or it looks really complex and difficult. More difficult than required. And secondly, the risk-taking in the design and the placement of the weights. So they have to transport something, and if they have weights involved, or when they have weights involved, how hard is it, how are they attached, Is it kind of run-of-the-mill normal or kind of unusual and very creative? The more creative or the riskier, the better. And then finally, for the technical challenge, you're looking for risk-taking in how they stack their items 1 to 20, risk-taking in the design of how they stack it, and then also the target zone in which the stack items come out to rest during the destruction. So, how do things kind of fly off when they're trying to destroy it? How does that work? How do they problem solve that? Again, all the details on what they're asked to do. It's not a long read by any means, but it will give you a better idea or scope of what they were asked to do, so then you have a better idea of how you're supposed to judge it. And it will make sense when you're there. So if you have questions in the meantime, you can let me know. I will be happy to answer any questions you have. But until then, I will look forward to seeing you on the 28th. Thank you for being our volunteer.